Governor Ron DeSantis announcing proposed legislation that would codify the Board of Education's ban on critical race theory into Florida statutes. It would also ban private companies from teaching it in the workplace and give employees and parents a private right of action to bring lawsuits to stop it. Alan, is the governor trying to whitewash the very ugly part of America's history here?
Well, I'll tell you what the governor is trying to do is nothing for hardworking men and women, moms and dads who are trying to make it in this economy. So he just makes up an issue that does not exist. You know, the fact of the matter is, if you notice that press conference that he had, he didn't take any questions. So he puts it out there and he doesn't defend what he is proposing there, because he has no defense for it. He's just a big baby and a whiner, and people should realize that every time they see him opening up his mouth, making up issues instead of confronting the things that families deal with every day about the high cost of living in Florida. He has no ideas, so he has to make something up.
Let's suppose that both you and Aaron are right, and it doesn't exist in K-12 education. Then what are you upset about?
Well,
the reality is...
I'm sorry, Tom, that's absolutely ridiculous. Well, what I'm saying is, in lieu of tackling the real problems that families are having in terms of making in this economy, you have to make something up. Let me tell you something. My wife and I have raised 2 kids in the Hillsborough County Public Schools, and they graduated without hating anyone.
You see the 3 people standing on boxes. One person doesn't need one. The person in the middle only needs 1. The person on the end needs 2. And that's how you get it where everybody can see over the fence and watch the ball game. That
little depiction is a classic example of the, from each according to his ability to each according to his needs. This is where Marxism just isn't placed into our lexicon in our life. There are little memes like this that are totally distorted. Here's the fact.
So we're talking about
Martin Luther King Jr. was 100.
You can have a Republican family that has an autistic son or daughter or a learning disability, and giving them more time to maybe take a test or have some kind of other system so they could learn. It's about equity. And you know what? The guy who could see over that fence, well, maybe in a couple of years he's in a wheelchair and he can't stand tall and see over the fence. Does that mean that we're not going to allow him to see the game?